Larson digging hard to the inside of Truex as they come down to the start-finish line. Larson with a half-car length edge again on the inside as they come back to one.
The fact you restarted on the outside, he got a good restart, but lost some spots then in the middle of 1 and 2 on that restart. He'll retake the second position, and now Kyle Larson will set sail for
bottom of the racetrack he'll go. It is Tire Tracks, Truex Jr. 4 car lengths back to Ryan Blaney. Then it's about 8 car lengths back to Kurt Busch.
It wasn't that long ago that Kyle Larson had carved out almost a 4-second lead, so it's no surprise now that he is back up in the second. We'll see if he can track down Kevin Harvick. Meanwhile, we've got a little bit of time. Let's sweep through the pits with our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters. We'll first start off with Doug Turnbull.
Jimmy Johnson has been running in the 25th position most of the race. He made a second pit stop at the stage break there, and the crew actually got up under the rear end. They were making a shock adjustment. Not often you see that during race conditions. They're battling a super tight condition. I spoke to his crew chief, Kevin Mindry, this morning. Says he's not sure yet if Engine Motorsports has gotten out of the funk and kept it down in 2018. Wendy Benjamin.
Ryan Blaney, currently in the 5th position, has moved his way up from 26 today. Tough day, and he's doing great so far for Ryan Blaney. He said he was starting to build a little bit tight like the first run. They made the air pressure adjustment out of the right rear to fix that tight condition he was starting to feel. He's been moving his car around the racetrack, and the dividends are paying off for Ryan Blaney, currently in the 4th position. Brad Gilley.
Couple of spots behind him is Brad Keselowski, who this year actually up on the roof and helping guide him around the racetrack. Great pit stop. Keselowski asked Coleman, where is Kevin Harvick running right now? What is that Harvick's getting to the bottom house? Kind of an interesting pits. I'm in Austin, and his pit sign. Well, the reason for the holes are so the wind will cut through it. It is very, very here on pit road right now. I actually watched a crew member with one of those cone-shaped step drill bits actually making each and every one of those holes bigger and bigger because those signs are flopping around here on pit road. Brett McMillan.
We talked about Joey Logano's issues getting blocked in on pit road by William Byron, or excuse me, by Alex Bowman. Let's forward because what's happening is Martin Truex Jr. is coming in first.
The video, guys. Who's watching? Well, this what? Thank you for watching this. Like the video, please. Like the video, guys, if you want more. Oh, Chris Hammond. Oh my God. I'm gonna pull it back so off the screen.
DRN, the performance.
Sorry.
got a lot of practice in the rights back. Let's go to Brad Dillon.
Give me an update on Kyle Busch. Also, one more detail in place. Pit stops to save all the moments after getting up on the wall. Kyle Busch got his crew chief Alex Bowman he would like to actually start a little bit looser, but does not want the vibration to be so quick. And when he talks about the vibration, he's talking about the fact that he don't want his motor to push the tire as quick as he did on this particular run. But all the way around the field, his backup car currently running 9th.
Kevin Harvick, by the way, now reeling back in. Race leader Kyle Larson as they roll into turn 3, Pat.
Half a car length, that's the difference right now. He's caught right back up to the leader. Kind of falls off a little bit off the corner this time.
Down to the stripe, Kyle Larson continuing to hold on to the top spot. 202 laps to go in this race. We're at lap 123. Again, lap 170 brings us to the end of stage 2. Leaders in turn 2.
When Larson went by Harvick a minute ago, I let Kevin let him go and said, I'm going to save my stuff for later in the run. And don't you think that maybe was a little hard on Kevin too? But I also think every time the leader's got to negotiate some lap time,
Harvick had caught him. He was right on his rear deck lid. Couldn't do anything with him. Now he's dropped back to about 10 car length. And Corey LaJoie right now is right in front of the race leader.
nobody's better at humiliating than Kevin Harvick. And he only played just a little bit more down the bar. So obviously these are the two dominant cars right now. Still before the halfway point. Kyle Larson now back ahead of
So it's Harvick in the second spot, then 2.5 seconds back to third place, Martin Truex Jr. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney 4.7 seconds back. Brad Keselowski 5.3 to leader Kyle Larson. So once again, we're seeing what we saw early.
And it looks like pit road is about to get busy. Kyle Larson is headed down the pit lane as well as Norman. Let's go to Wendy Victorini. She's in the Lawson pits.
Now Brad Dillon.
Brad Keselowski has his auto trigger number 2 in pits. He's going to be the 4th-tire stop. They'll top him off with Sunoco. They're getting him look like his car tightened up just a little bit. He is also in his stall for 4 tires in Sunoco, as is Austin Dillon.
Now to Brett McMillan.
Alex Bowman's in. He said the car has been just a little bit tight. They're going to go with an air pressure adjustment, 4-tire change. Also, William Byron is in. He said they're trying to loosen up that car. He's got to stop. Here comes Martin Truex Jr. in. He said he's been pretty happy with the car in this run. They're going to get a 4-tire change with a slight air pressure adjustment.
Leader Kevin Harvick pitting in front of Wendy Venturini.
He is just now getting out of his pit stall. Also on pit road, Ryan Blaney. Keep in mind, Kevin Harvick was a little too loose. They had gone too far on those adjustments. Rodney Childers took air pressure out of the right rear tire. Also on pit road, Chase Elliott, who was decent in turns 1 and 2, but could be a little bit free in 3 and 4. They are making an adjustment on his machine as well.
Eric Almirola just finished his pit stop, 4-tire change. No problems at all for him. Now, here comes Joey Logano down to his pit stall. He's been real happy with this car all day long. The problem has been getting off pit road. It's gotten better as the run goes on. No major changes at all for Gatto this time. They're topping it off the Sunoco fuel. Left side tires on. They're bolting them on, and they finish this stop 14.2 seconds.
Brad Gillen.
A little bit of a slow pit stop for Kyle Larson. He just is down and away. Made a 4-tire stop. Left side wedge adjustment to try and loosen him up a little bit. Also, Brad Keselowski spent a lot of time on pit road. They had a problem with the left rear getting in on the outside and getting the car back up to make sure that tire was secure.
But all this cycles around Kyle Larson once again will be the race leader as he comes across the start-finish line. It's about 25 car lengths back to Kevin Harvick. Martin Truex Jr. will be 3rd, and 4th will be Ryan Blaney.
Numbers mean something. 7 is lucky, 13 not so much. You're approaching 7,500 miles on your
chat in Charlotte with Kathy Martell in Nashville. You're on C-Max Racing Country.
We're so proud of bringing you the best singers in country music and the biggest stars in net. Hello, Garth.
Oh my gosh.
You got a nickname for Trish, don't you?
You got 8,000 nicknames for her. The Queen is probably the big one.
C-Max Racing Country. Music from the Northland.
They're among NASCAR's best drivers. Kyle Busch says, "You're playing with fire." Jimmy Johnson knows it's really treacherous. It's been called the great American Speedway, where only the bravest souls run. The two collide Sunday, March 31st in the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. The NASCAR Sights and Sounds Tune-Up, presented by Kawasaki. 2 tickets at a scan or as low as $99 at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Taking a snapshot at how Hendrick Motorsports doing this afternoon. Chase Elliott 11th, 12th is Alex Bowman, 13th William Byron, but Jimmy Johnson back in the 12th spot is barely ahead of leader Kyle Larson, in danger of going one lap down here before we get to the end of stage number 2. Larson, after the pit stops, 2.4 seconds ahead of Kevin Harvick. Martin Truex Jr. 5 seconds back in third. Now Ryan Blaney's 4th, Denny Hamlin 5th, 6th is Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer 7th, 8th Ryan Newman, Eric Jones 9th, 10th is Joey Logano.
11th will be Chase Elliott. 12th is Alex Bowman. William Byron is 13th. 14th, Daniel Suarez. Kyle Busch is going to be 16th. 17th in the lineup will be Brad Keselowski. Paul Menard 18th. 19th, Daniel Hemrick. And 20th, Ryan Preece.
Chris Buescher is 21st, 22nd David Reagan, Matt DiBenedetto 23rd, 24th is Austin Dillon, again in 25th, the last car to lead the lap, Jimmy Johnson, -1 in 26th, it's Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 27th, a lap down after that pit road speeding penalty, Matt Tiff 28th, Bubba Wallace 29th, 30th, Ty Dillon.
2 laps down is Corey LaJoy in 31st. 32nd will be Parker Kligerman. Ross Chastain 33rd. 34th, BJ McLeod. Followed by Landon Castle, Cody Ware, and Garrett Smithley. He is -60 laps. And that's the way they stack up here on lap 137. And we are a ways to go. It'll be lap 170 before we get to the end of stage number 2. Let's check in with Doug Turnbull.
Yes, I'm here to the Kurt Busch until he's pushing that pump up the air pressure until that's after the pit stop. He's still holding the 6th spot. Aaron Jones has risen to the 8th position. I noticed some coating on his tires. The team is telling me that they've been pushing a really tight condition there on that 120 Toyota. Now, when you get to
I've given a lot of updates on our leader, Kyle Larson. Second place, Kevin Harvick. I want to talk about fourth place runner, Ryan Blaney, who's also at my end of pit road. He's been building tight on entry, and that's pretty much the feedback Ryan Blaney has given the whole entire race. Right now, he's stable in the 4th position. They keep up with those adjustments on the racetrack, getting him more and more comfortable, but a solid run so far for Ryan Blaney in 4th, Brad Gilly.
Wendy, a couple of pit road issues on Kyle Busch. Had a little bit of a slow pit stop, but he actually dropped more spots in the running order because he actually missed pit road the first attempt when he tried to come in, so he had to circle the track for another lap. Now, Brad Keselowski, I did mention that they had to jack his car up once again to get the left rear tightened up. The problem, he had a broken jack. That's what happened on that pit stop. They do have a replacement all ready to go, and that's what they'll use the rest of the day. Brad McMillan.
Martin Truex Jr. very happy with this car. Basically, no adjustment to him that time around. He's climbed up to number 3 on the board. Joey Logano's team very happy for changes. They didn't have to deal with anybody boxing them in that time. His tires was a little bit looser than the previous runs. Right now, thanks to being in losing spots on pit road, he's up to number 8.
And those updates brought to you by our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters. O'Reilly Auto Parts, you're guaranteed to get an everyday low price on the parts you need. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better parts, better prices every day.
And while those updates were going on, Kyle Larson got around the 48 Ally Financial machine of Jimmy Johnson and put Johnson a lap down here on lap 140. 5 times Jimmy Johnson has been to victory lane at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Doesn't look like it'll be number 6 today, Mark. They have just not been able to hit their stride throughout this entire race.
A real struggle for Jimmy Johnson. The rest of the Hendrick cars running okay, not great, but they're running decent this afternoon, Jimmy.
22 guys on the lead lap.
And Kyle Larson
fun NASCAR doesn't take this down.
But a lot of race to go. 180 more laps yet to play out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Mark, I'm looking at the leaderboard, and to be honest, I don't see any name that really just jump out at me and I'm saying, wow, that guy's
Larson may win this race.
with maybe 2 small exceptions.
But you never know who's going to win.
10th place right now. Roush Fenway Racing is struggling mightily. We didn't know if Newman was going to be a difference maker.
I don't know.
Still don't. But at this juncture,
Kyle Busch.
making a difference.
How about she's all the way 13th? I'm not sure if he's going to win or not.
Because you don't expect him to run well, but the fact is that Roush Fenway Racing trying to regroup after struggling the last 2 or 3 seasons, and so certainly Newman, who has a long winless drought of his own, 69 races, his last win at Phoenix early on in the 2017 season. So Newman certainly looking to get a top 10 today, get a good feel for moving on to Las Vegas and the rest of the West Coast swing.
And another driver that has overcome a problem on pit road when he spun out and was forced into the pit wall is Daniel Hemrick. This is a pretty good run for a guy that's just getting his feet wet in the Cup Series.
And, of course, he's taking the place of Ryan Newman over at RCR. His crew chief, Luke Lambert, had a chance to talk to him this morning, and he said he's a sponge. He just wants to soak up all he can. He likes to take a lot of coaching and really put it into play, and they're looking forward to bigger things with Daniel Hemrick as the season wears on.
Watching Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman go at it in turn 1 for 11.
Kyle Busch to the top, Alex Bowman at the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle tries to squeeze him down to the bottom lane. Looks like Busch will have the advantage off turn 2. Watching them work down the backstretch now into turns 3 and 4. No real change there. Both those drivers trying to hang on as best they can to those positions and work off turn 4. Kyle Busch by about 6 or 7 car lengths.
And again, we're now working lap 146, and that is going to leave 179 laps to go. But we're closing in on the end of stage number 2, which is lap 170.
So that's going to be moving in, being a prominent juncture here. But then after that, you've got 155 laps of competition. So with caution, tap the brakes on giving the trophies to anybody, or really checking a lot of people out of this race as they move on, make adjustments, and this track changes throughout the day. It could favor somebody else that doesn't look that prominent right now.
They'll have a lot more
We're about to
rubber
hit
on
the
the
20-minute
racetrack,
mark.
but it looks like, again, for the first time in quite a while here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the weather conditions will be consistent basically from start to finish. A lot of sunshine, just a beautiful day here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the best we've had in a long time here at AMS.
Looks like Austin Dillon might be in danger of going a lap down, Rob.
Austin Dillon sits right in front of the race leader. They're in some heavy traffic, and that has enabled Kevin Harvick to close right up to the back bumper of Larson once again. So what will happen first? Will Dillon go a lap down, or will Larson lose the lead